guard this week and some guard techniques. And so just as a way to build onto that is working your triangles. For a lot of open guards, triangles there, you just gotta know how to set it up properly. So what I want to do is just refresh everybody on basic triangle technique. There's a lot of different ways to finish a triangle. This is the way that works for me. I'm sure Professor has a bunch of variations on it. It varies by body type. We have nice long legs, others don't. That doesn't mean you should go, I can't do triangles. You have to modify your technique in order to make that work for you. So we'll show you what works for us. And then I'll show you some entries in the triangle, okay? Because usually the hardest thing about the triangle is getting into it, finding those things. So we'll start out at the first basic is at a closed guard. And usually the basic one, and this works if you time it correctly, is a lot of times guys will be here, they're posting up, and then sometimes you'll start this grip fighting, right? And the first thing I want to do is take one hand and I punch it to his stomach, right? I want one hand and one hand out. And as I do that, I need to circle my legs up and put my hips up. What I'm shooting for is I want the bend of my knee on his shoulder because I need him to carry my weight. When I first started out, I'd be here and I'd go like this and I'd be like, the triangles don't work. And the problem is, it's just loose. And we have somebody with a torso like Greg, he just has to posture up and everything goes away, right? So what I want to be able to do is lift my hips up. And once I get here, as I pull my hips back down, he has to carry the weight, okay? Then the next thing I need to worry about is this arm, okay? I need this arm to be on this side so that his shoulder is blocking this carotid, okay? So what I'm gonna do is take my hand, and I like looping my middle finger and my thumb around the wrist. And if I try and pull like this, he'll just dig his elbow in and I can't get it across. So what I wanna do is I wanna hip up to create a flat surface that he can't brace against. And I pull it across, and when I crunch back down, I need to crunch it so I can hold on to this, but I could also let it go. And as long as I'm pulling my knees to my chest, he's trapped in. This is perfect, what I want. If you let it go a little bit, he's gonna be fighting to pull that out. Okay, so come up, pull it across here. I take my right hand, I grab my ankle. Do not grab your toes. It's a good way to snap your ankle. Grab here, okay? Because then everything's still tight. I still have downward pressure. He can't pull his arm out. I can leave this here. I like putting my foot on his hip because what I want to do is I want to get perpendicular to him. And when I get perpendicular, this is where there's a lot of variation. I've seen a lot of different ways to do this. I like thinking about taking this part of my knee and pinching his other carotid. So I want that tight. And then I loop over. And then what I want to do is take this right foot and almost J it out because that'll close in on the sides. And I can pull his head and I crunch everything in. And it's nice and tight. Okay, so a couple more times. Same thing. As I punch in, hip up, and then break the posture. Okay, if I'm up here and I can do all this at once, great. I want the posture down, grab my foot, pinch tighter. Okay, so maybe come this way, pinch tighter, straighten up. Any questions on that, guys? You got it? Good? Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. Far enough, but similar height.
There's so few of them. Yeah.
Here, Adam.
Okay, first.
I'll go.
Are you?